Hey there, Nopenguin here. I am in a penguin mood. With the release of Age of Overlords, I've decided to test many ways to play penguins and bring them back to the tier 1 mega threats that I once hoped them to be. Join me for the start of something beautiful. And because of a poll I ran on my channel, the deck we are starting with today is Horus Penguins. And here is the list. Yep, feast your eyes. This is the beginning of a very beautiful thing. The first of many penguin strategies that I will look through to find the best one. And today we are pairing penguins up with the Horus archetype. We of this channel are no strangers to the Horus archetype, as when they were first announced, I used this unfair advantage engine to accomplish the world FTK. And today, they're helping penguins. But for a quick rundown, the Horus cards are a bunch of level 8 monsters who, if Pharaonic Sarcophagus is on the field, can once per turn special summon themselves back for absolutely free. And the sarcophagus itself can send them to the graveyard by pitching a card in hand. This makes for a very easy and very consistent way to be able to get a bunch of big bunkuses on the field to help facilitate link plays, Xyz combos, and if needed in this deck, tribute summons. But with that, let's quickly go through the card by card. To start us off, we have our Penguin 13, Triple Gep, Triple Squire, one apiece of Nightmare Penguin, myself, Penguin Ninja, Double Polar Penguin, one Penguin Soldier, and a Puny Penguin. The entire Penguin lineup you've come to know, bricks and all. Then onto our Horus, we are playing Triple Imseti, the only one we are playing more than one of, because this one allows us to pitch a card to search out the sarcophagus from deck, and then draw a card to recoup the advantage. It is a super good way to not only get this card into the graveyard, but be able to get our sarcophagus to bring him back each and every turn. Of course, all of the Horus monsters have effects if cards are removed from your field by your opponent's card, but in most games you really don't need to worry about those. The only one I really want to mention is Monkey allows us to shuffle cards that are either banished or in the graveyard into the deck, which is a pretty decent way to reset the Penguin package. Then we're playing Triple Kashtira and Triple Ash Blossom. Onto our spells, we have Triple Gardens, Triple Sarcophagus, Triple Pot of Prosperity. There's one thing to keep in mind. Because Prosperity stops you from drawing the turn you activate this effect, it stops you from drawing off of Imseti's effect to search the sarcophagus. However, it still allows you to activate the effect because the draw is an optional effect you can take after. And rounding off the deck, we have Double Triple Tack, one Called By, and Triple Infib. Pretty standard link lineup, we have one Linkuriboh, Masquerena, Little Knight, Unicorn, and Access Code. And going into the rank 8s, we have a Dracubian engine with both Hope Harbinger and number 100 for going for game, but most importantly, we have the Zombie Vampire. With two of our Horus cards, we can go into this and mill 4 cards from the top of either player's deck, then special summon one of the monsters sent. What we want to hit off of this most often is we want to be able to mill a Gap, because if we can mill a Gap off of this, we are just going to get a free extension from the graveyard to be able to continue into our penguin combos. The only downside is we are playing a lot of one-of penguins, cards that we want to be summoning from the deck off of the Gap, and milling these are super not good for us, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but it is so cool. Then a pretty standard synchro lineup, except we are also playing a Psychic and Punisher, because one of our Horuses plus a Polar Penguin easily gets into this and can steal us some wins. But with that, that is the list. Will the Horus cards fix the issues of the Penguin deck? Will it help us steal some wins? There's only one way to find out, and that's by getting into those replays. Our first replay is up against Glad Beast. Now, I get to go first, and I do have Imseti in hand, which really helps unclog this hand. I get to draw the Fenrir to add Fenrir, then Sarcophagus is going to go ahead and just get some of these Garnets out of my hand, including that additional Fenrir to summon out 3 of our boys. We're going to go for a Zombie Vampire, and ooh, we get Gep off the top, which is fantastic. Go into Nopenguin and Glacial Polar, get into the Barone, go into an IP, and pass turn. This is feeling pretty good, except they do have the Dark Roller, unfortunately. They're going to be able to go ahead and go into their link to enter battle to try to basically get the effect off and start all of their combo plays from here. They go ahead and try to activate it, but I do have the Ash to stop the summon from deck. Unfortunately, they still have their fusion, so they can get 2 from the extra anyways. They're going to go ahead, dump 1, special from hand. A quest will go ahead and add their Monster Reborn back to hand. From here, they're going to go ahead and contact into the Tamer. Tamer grab out their Monster Negate. Then they're going to go Test Panther. Test Panther grab another Monster Reborn. They're going to go ahead and special summon back their Test, and then go ahead and just destroy a couple of cards on my field. Test Panther to go ahead, and a quest here from the deck. Quest going to go ahead. None of these once per turns, by the way. Just keep adding things back. Go into IP. Bring back the Tamer one final time to get another Monster Negate. My hand is looking terrible, and Squire does not help. They have essentially 5 non-Monster Negates on the field. I'm just looking for literally anything. I don't even know what I'm looking for at this point. And from here, I'm just going to summon Fenrir and concede. Our next replay is up against Unchained. They get to go first, and they have the tour guide, which is not where I want to be without an interruption. They're going to go King Yama, Rising Warrior, and they're going to go ahead and dump and add themselves an Unchained card. The Shavar will go ahead and set themselves the Unchained Trap, and the Ruha will go ahead and destroy it. Escape will go ahead and summon the Sarama and reset that Escape here to the graveyard. Then we're going to use the effect and get Shemaya from the deck. Go into raid. Shemaya will go ahead and destroy the Asama to go ahead and special summon out the other level 6 to get into High King Caesar. They'll set one and pass. Things are not looking good, but I have a couple of Fenrirs in hand, so we can bait out a couple bits of interaction here. They're going to be able to get the rage back from the graveyard, so they still have a way to deal with my second Fenrir. Not going to be able to add any of my Fenrirs off, unfortunately, but they are going to go into Unicorn preemptively, not really getting anything. I'm going to triple tax, but they will stop me from getting the High King Caesar. I just take the Unicorn in this situation here, and at this point, I'm going to go ahead and Prosperity, just hoping for something that can get me out of this. Unfortunately, I really don't get anything. I end up going ahead and just grab my Nopenguin just so I can have something to do. I'm going to go ahead and pitch Nopenguin to send Monkey to the graveyard. Monkey come back. I'm going to go for the Gep, but unfortunately, I'm not even going to be able to activate its effect to get Nopenguin out. I'm just going to go into access code and beat over. This is not good. They have so much advantage in hand. I really don't know how I'm going to survive this. They're going to go ahead and get their DDD combo off to go into the big boy himself. Then they're just going to keep popping off, destroying all of their set traps, go ahead and bring it back, and they're going to get rid of Access Code Talker here. From here, they're just going to go ahead and build themselves a big board, get lethal, and I am lost. Our final replay is up against Labyrinth. I get to go first, and my hand is looking pretty good. I have the full Penguin combo, and I actually opt not to go into the Horus side of things. So I'm going to go ahead and special summon out a Ninja Penguin and Pewdie Penguin off of the Gep. Then we'll go ahead and set that with Ninja, flip it back up with our Squire, then we'll special summon into Penguin Brave. We're going to get the Gep off of Puny and special summon a Penguin Soldier off of Brave. The Gep will go ahead and grab me a couple more Penguins, both Penguin Nightmare and Ghost Shapur Penguin. We'll go to Barone, set the Infib, and pass. They're going to go. They have a lot of welcomes in hand. They're going to go ahead and actually pitch one for the draw, pitch another one for Stovey, and I decided actually to stop Stovey, figuring they're going to get another welcome. They're going to go ahead and send one for Ariana. I'm going to Penguin Brave here to get Penguin Soldier out, and I'll bounce these two to the hand, though I really wish I had no Penguin to banish those instead. From here, they're going to get Lady Labyrinth out, send another card, and pass. This is actually looking pretty good right now. I get another Gardens, which will grab another Gep. I'm going to Burrow to bait some kind of interaction, and they do have the card to stop all synchro monsters for the rest of the turn, and they're going to try to summon Welcome Labyrinth here, and I am actually going to Ash that, go for the Gep, and because they have no more set cards, I can go ahead and actually target their lady, banishing it for good. Now I'm going to hit for 3,000. 24, 16, and just shy of lethal. I'm just going to go into IP and pass, but I'm really close. Only 200 more. They do summon back the Ariana that I bounced, and I do have the Infib, but the big welcome is going to be able to bounce it and basically circumvent my Infib, unfortunately. From here, they're going to go ahead and activate Welcome Labyrinth and Stovey, special summon and setting them back both to the field. And from here, they're going to go into Big Lady. I go into Little Knight just because I want to get this set card off the field to make her targetable, but they will Stovey in response to keep a set card on the field. They're going to shuffle back one of their traps, set another card, and pass turn. Things are feeling pretty good. They tried to target my Barone, but I'm actually going to banish both of these until the end phase just to stop that, and it even clears my field for a Fenrir. Fenrir, add Fenrir. I can't really beat over that, so during the end phase they come back, and because Barone says one spell on the field, removing it with SP Little Knight allows it to get its effect back. So I'm just going to continue doing this and abusing that by banishing Barone during the end phase, getting it back, and recycling her negates. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and banish the Ariande for good, getting this out of my hair once and for all with the Fenrir. higher, but they're going to be able to beat over it quite easily because she has all kinds of targeting protection with all those set cards. They're going to try to get rid of the Barone. I negate this effect. Unfortunately, it walks right into the Witch's Strike. I will banish these two once again, but my entire field and hand are gone. Feels bad. They get big Labyrinth here, and they're just going to go into the end. I get my monsters back, but things are not looking good right now. They're going to go battle into Barone, attack over my SP Little Knight. I will just do what I can to prevent myself from losing here entirely, banishing their other monster, but God, this is not looking good. An Infib is not saving me here. So they're just going to go ahead and go right into battle, not really try to activate anything. I try to stop them doing this and just force some interaction by going for the Infib. And it does allow me to get SP Little Knight one more turn of goodness. And I'm just hoping for something off the top of the deck. Please. That's not it. This is the end of the game. From here, they know not to activate anything. They're just going to hit over a Little Knight, bounce back my final card, and that will be game. They're going to be able to attack with their big Labyrinth, summon Stubby back just for style points, and I lose. And that was the deck. This lost a lot, which is strange, because even the decks where I didn't have a lot of interaction from the opponent, I still ended up losing. And after playing through this deck a few times, I think I realized why. Even if I just use the Penguin engine by itself without any of the Horus stuff, I tend to use a lot of my resources already. And considering the Horus package is all about using extra, dead cards in your hand to be able to get out more bodies, I really don't have a lot to spare within the Penguin deck. And only in super optimal hands where I can get extra free advantage off things like Fenrir or otherwise, I really don't have a lot of extra advantage to spare on the Horus stuff, unless I go all in on the Horus stuff and just luck into Gep. All in all, this is a very fun way to play the deck. However, the Horus cards really do highlight one of Penguin's bigger struggles, and don't play as well as I really want them to. But fear not, this is only one of many Penguin builds I am in the process of. Right now I am working on a Diabell Star and Runic variant of the deck, but if you have any other variants you'd like me to try out, please let me know, because I am experimenting with a lot right now. It's Penguin season and I am ready! But that's it for the end of this video. So as always, like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more. I am Nopenguin, Horus Homie, signing out.